Hey everybody, come on in. Welcome to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage on this Thursday, November 14th, 2024. Hope everybody's having a wonderful week out there so far. And in this forecast, we're going to be talking about the tropics because we have another tropical system that has formed in mid-November here, and we're going to be tracking it for you on this video, as well as several big storm systems traversing across North America, and some of those could produce some snowfall here as well. So we're going to be tracking that in this forecast. So make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for the latest weather information right at your fingertips here, and make sure all post notifications are turned on so you are notified when those videos are posted and when I live stream in the future as well. Make sure to press the like button. It's that thumbs up button down below. It really helps to get this information passed along to more and more people. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video. Right now, what you're looking at is Tropical Depression 19. And Tropical Depression 19 is just formed in the Western Caribbean, and really no surprise here, the thermodynamic environment in which this system has formed in. Pretty impressive for mid-November standards. The Caribbean, all across the Caribbean, is very warm with those water temperatures right now, and where the system is just north and east of Honduras is pretty warm as well. So looking at this on the satellite imagery, it is becoming a little bit more organized compared to just 48 hours to even 72 hours ago, and this system again is Tropical Depression 19. Now, this is going to drop some pretty heavy rainfall for Central America and up there toward portions of the Yucatan, including northern Honduras, where we could see locally over 20 inches of rainfall. So significant flash flooding is going to be a concern for our friends down in Honduras and even over toward Belize as we go over the next couple of days, because this system is just going to sit out there for the next several days as this kind of waits over the warm waters of the Caribbean. So here are a couple of the models that we do look at. This is the European model for today. 1001 millibar tropical depression here. Very heavy rain. Even if we have a tropical depression, it's a weak system. Heavy rainfall and flash flooding is going to be a big deal for Honduras today. That'll continue into Saturday as well. So today, tomorrow, Saturday, yeah, it's going to be raining in Honduras all of those days, and then continuing into Monday as well. The system moves into the Yucatan on Monday, according to this model, and then up toward Florida, perhaps northwest Florida, by the middle of next week on Wednesday. But notice how much weaker this run of the European model is compared to what we showed you a couple of days ago. So that is the silver lining here. Does this match up? Here's the GFS, the American guidance today. Again, very heavy rain, unfortunately. Some flash flooding likely for Honduras, some of the Central American countries here. And then that'll continue through Friday and into Saturday as well. And then by Monday, same consensus as the European model, moves this over the Yucatan. And then by Wednesday, up here towards North Florida here, maybe just a little further south than the European run. But pretty much same intensity. Pretty weak system it is for Florida. More of a heavy rainfall event than a major hurricane, and that is a big difference from what we were seeing on both these models from just a couple of days ago. So if there's any silver lining, the models are definitely trending down with the strength of the system as it moves toward Florida. But let's look here over at the ensembles. Ensembles puts all of the weather models together, kind of gives you a mean of what could happen, the most likely, path and also intensity of this system. So here's the European ensemble on Wednesday, the 20th, the middle of next week. Pretty strong low pressure, 991, but this would equate to at least a weak tropical storm here. And then looking at GFS ensemble, pretty much in the same ballpark, tropical depression, tropical storm force, and then the same thing there for the Canadian ensemble guidance. So if there's anything to take away from this, is that the system is trending down in intensity, still likely to hit Florida by the middle of next week, but at least the intensity of this system is really trending down. And here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. Tropical Depression 19 is maximum sustained winds 35 miles an hour. Movement right now is west at 14 miles per hour, but it'll really start to slow down here as it enters the land masses of Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and even the Yucatan and Mexico, and really won't kick off into the southern Gulf until early next week, Tuesday morning. So it's really just going to sit down here and dump some heavy rain and flash flooding across those areas. And again, it's a very warm body of water here in the Western Caribbean. We will continue to keep a close eye on this system for you folks, so make sure to tune back in for this over the coming days. Closer to home, this morning, temperatures were pretty chilly across the west. Really not unheard of, though, for this time of year, especially in the Rockies, in those higher elevations, not really unheard of. Pretty chilly over here, mid-20s waking up here, coastal Maine this morning. Temperatures will be warming up across the north into the 40s and 50s this afternoon. More of those 60s, 70s further to the south, and then the coolest air in the United States really is across the northeast, where we're going to be stuck in the 40s with a lot of cloud cover this afternoon. And the cloud cover is stemming from our storm system over here from Pennsylvania down toward the Carolinas. Showers and thunderstorms, unsettled day over here for the afternoon, so probably a good day to stay inside, read a book, or even watch some movies, and that'll continue for the mid-Atlantic as we go into tonight. Some snow showers will be possible across the Pacific Northwest this afternoon and tonight, especially for the Cascades, even down here into parts of the northern Sierras. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Likely not seeing really much snowfall out of that, but just a nuisance. And we are keeping an eye on some severe weather that is possible from Cape Hatteras all the way down here toward Wilmington, the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Could be seeing the potential for a tornado that is brief, maybe even a brief waterspout here off the coast. We'll be keeping a very close eye on this, but overall pretty low threat for severe weather and tornadoes and stuff like that. Moving forward, as we go into Friday afternoon, much of the same, still pretty chilly, 40s for highs in the northeast as we go into Friday afternoon. More the 50s here, further to the north, warming up just a tad. We're going into Saturday, really much of the same, and Sunday as well. So take it or leave it. Again, it's middle of November. We're expecting this kind of chilly air with the 40s and 50s north and 60s and 70s further to the south. Let's look at here the next 72 hours moving forward. Friday looks like a pretty dry day, pretty uneventful outside of maybe a storm system bringing some snow out west. Lingering showers across the mid-Atlantic here, and really that'll be moving off the coast on Friday. Saturday, low-pressure storm track setting up across the Rockies. Could be bringing us some snow for parts of Montana, down into Wyoming, and even into Utah, Idaho, but really, again, a nuisance. Lighter snow showers coming out of that. Sunday is the day we're going to be watching for some severe weather across parts of the lower 48 here, especially for Texas. We could be seeing a storm system bringing moisture northward out of the Gulf, and also some instability. That could lead to some severe weather across west central Texas on Sunday. That'll move more into north central Texas toward the Dallas-Fort Worth area and I-35 as we go into early next week on Monday, November 18th. We'll be watching out for that. Again, the jury is still out on what we could see, probably just damaging winds and hail, but a couple tornadoes cannot be ruled out with this system over those 2 days, Sunday into Monday. Heavy rainfall is also going to be a recipe with this system as well. We're going to be seeing heavy rains from Kansas back down into Oklahoma and into West Texas, and some of these areas could be seeing several inches of accumulating rain, over 3 inches between now and Monday. Very heavy rains across the Pacific Northwest as well, and then that system today kind of bringing some moisture up here to parts of the Ohio, Tennessee River Valley and in toward the mid-Atlantic, dropping an inch or two of rain there as well. Snowfall, snowfall going to remain across the west. Cascades getting a couple feet of snow, especially in Washington state there as we go through Monday. Some heavier snows in the northern Sierras, could be seeing up to a foot in some localized areas there. Maybe some lighter snow in the Rockies, but again, light snow is the name of the game. As we go into next week, here is the upper level pattern. We got big blocking up here toward Greenland with a big, massive high pressure system. And when you see a high pressure this time of year that far north, that means colder air is going to be, that is bottled up to the north, is going to be shoved south. So that we're going to see that big trough start to develop all the way down even into Mexico, folks, as we go into next week. And that's going to pull that colder air down. So as you go into Monday, here's that colder air arriving across the western United States, still unseasonably comfortably warm for the central and eastern U.S. Wednesday, that cold air is on the move into the western plains. Yeah, areas of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, especially the Texas Panhandle there, could be 20, 30 degrees below the norm for the third week of November. And then that colder air will continue to be on the move further toward the Mississippi Valley in the southeast as we go into the end of next week on Friday, November 22nd. And it's going to come with some fanfare, folks. We're going to see some storm systems, bigger storms with this. We talked about Monday. We got a strong 989 millibar low here. We got the cold front attached with it. We got moisture return from the Gulf of Mexico, instability, and that's the storm energy you need for some severe weather. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes will be possible for north central Texas, closer to that I-35 corridor, Dallas down to Waco as we go towards Monday. Tuesday, occluding low pressure system up into western Iowa could throw some rain over towards Ohio and even parts of Tennessee Valley in toward the southeast. Snowfall as cold air tries to rush in on the backside. Some drier air, though, may be eating away at some of the shield of the snow out here into the Rockies, but still seeing that on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got a rejuvenated low pressure system trying to develop down here toward the Red River Valley. That could bring more snow even into the Amarillo area, for example, by next Wednesday. Maybe a formidable snowstorm somewhere across the central U.S. Again, the exact track of this low pressure system is key. And also want to note the phasing of the cold air with this system is very important. If the cold air comes in a little later, we're going to see more rain versus snow. If the cold air comes in a little sooner, then we'll see more snow versus rain. So that is a big difference with this system. We'll be tracking later next week, but that'll be tracking up toward the Great Lakes by next Thursday and Friday. So looking at the precipitation anomaly, it's going to be a moisture-laden system. We're going to see a lot of precipitation in the central U.S., and really that's an area that we've been seeing a lot of significant drought here. Most of the U.S., really, to be fair, has been in drought for the most part here for a lot of the fall, and really seeing that worsen up here in the northern plains, over here in the mid-Atlantic, and even down here toward the desert southwest. But in the middle of the country, we still have drought, and we're going to be improving that drought with several inches of rain, not only for next couple days with our storm system Sunday to Monday, but even beyond Monday through next Friday. We're definitely going to be seeing some rainfall spreading up not only through the central plains, but the northern plains into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. And again, that storm track will be key for when that the snowfall could be piling up with this system. Again, how much cold air do we have? And does the cold air rush in time for snowfall, or does it stay back to the west and we're more rainfall? Again, this is not set in stone, but definitely gives you an idea that we are getting closer to winter here, and we need to be watching out for winter storms moving forward. Nonetheless, our drought will be improving across the central U.S., Great Lakes, all the way down toward North Texas, with our new storm track arriving here mid to late November. Drought improvements are promised here for places like Chicago, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, and even the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Drought will improve, whereas areas out east, for example, Hartford, Connecticut, into New Jersey there, into the Trenton region, into Wilmington, North Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Atlanta, and even down here toward Panama City. Yeah, drought will be starting to expand and intensify as we remain drier for the most part with the storm track further west going into later this month. We'll keep you updated on everything from the tropics to our big storm systems and even winter storms moving across the country moving forward. So subscribe to the channel for the latest weather information right at your fingertips. Turn on all post notifications so you are notified for videos that have been posted. Make sure to like the video, give it a thumbs up down below. Definitely appreciate it, and it helps out more than you know. Thank you all for all the support, and leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Thursday out there.